the David Coote situation with regards to Liverpool, the Premier League, and Jurgen Klopp, in my opinion, is going to make some big decisions in the Premier League much harder to make, and especially against Liverpool. Now, I'm not out here saying that Liverpool get every decision against them wrong, but just in the last couple of seasons, this Liverpool side under Jurgen Klopp and the Liverpool side now won major honours, been in title races, been there until the very, very end. And now, looking from the outside in at Liverpool, I think referees are going to be somewhat nervous or scared or worried of getting the heat if they put a controversial decision against them. Now, let's not act like the Premier League refereeing and the officiating is at the moment, in my opinion, an all-time low. I think the officiating, VAR, the PGMOL, the Premier League in general, the spotlight on the referees right now, they are getting pelters left, right, and centre. And we need to talk about it. Before we get into it, make sure you go down, drop a like if you haven't already and you are enjoying the content. The road to 50,000 subscribers is well and truly on. We're under 300 away from 31,000. Now, David Coote comes out, makes a video, and he essentially come out and insulted both Klopp and Liverpool. And then he was doing other things on a second video at a party. We made a video yesterday about how bad the Premier League officiating has been in 4 different incidents where we've had Van de Ven not sent off, Saliba has been sent off, Tosin Adarabioyo wasn't sent off, and then you also had another situation where Liverpool recently beat Aston Villa and Bailey brought down Mohamed Salah. Now, Liverpool's fixtures they got coming up, you just know damn well there is going to be big VAR moments, right? Liverpool play Manchester City, which is arguably Manchester City's biggest game of the season away at Anfield, knowing that Liverpool are 5 points clear, City having tough games coming up. Our referees now going to be in a position to think, well, hang on, our colleague's gone out there and absolutely obliterated their previous manager, tarnished his reputation completely. His image is destroyed. He's insulted the club. He's got up to no good. Is there now going to be a recency bias for Liverpool? And also, do not think there aren't referees in the Premier League. Every single football club has a referee that they don't like. And every single referee will have a football club that is easier to referee for because their manager's not on their case. Their players aren't as reactive or as emotional on the pitch. I'll give you an example. We all know Chelsea fans have a strong dislike against Michael Oliver. We all know Man United has some sort of favoritism towards, Howard Webb. What I'm talking about is, how do we know right now that there isn't more of this going on? These images of the referees being out in Malaysia. Look, they're allowed to go on holiday. They're allowed to celebrate. They're allowed to do whatever they want. They've completed another year refereeing in the Premier League. They're allowed to go and enjoy their lives. I'm never going to condemn someone for going out and doing, you're allowed to do what you want in your own personal time. It's your time. I don't condone it, but I don't want to. I wouldn't want to be a football player right now in the Premier League with this much controversy going on. And I look at the video I put out yesterday. Make sure you go and check that out. That was to do with 3 different incidents. I don't know why I keep saying instances. 3 different incidents or 4 different incidents regarding how bad the officiating is. Now, I believe off the top of my head, Coote refereed 17 games for Liverpool. Now, we can talk about Arsenal, we can talk about Chelsea, we can talk about City, United, Spurs, another day, Newcastle, Villa, whoever Premier League team you want to talk about. But in the last 2 years, Liverpool have had some catastrophic decisions go against them. Doku boots McAllister in the chest, no penalty. Diaz scores a perfectly good goal, disallowed. Tosin Adarabioyo pulls down Jota, arguably a red card in my book, is not given. Bailey brings down Mohamed Salah, the most blatant red card you will see all season. But because Núñez scored, we somehow forget that situation. And at the same time, it's like he didn't want to give a foul at the time. So what I'm getting at is what's happened with David Coote coming out publicly and saying, well, not publicly, being recorded, which then got out into the public, of him recording a video and basically attacking Liverpool and Klopp, has now put the PGMOL right now, they are in the bin. They are absolutely in the bin. You've got Howard Webb, you've got Gary Neville, you've got Roy Keane, you've got Carragher at times coming out and defending what David Coote has done. Now, I don't think that is, you know, I don't think that's the right thing to do. I think we know he's messed up, so we should just hold him accountable, get rid of him, and kind of move on. You know, there's a lot of whispers right now about who's are the Premier League going to, you know, come together with the PGMOL, and actually publicly come out and address this. He's been suspended, but I just think where we are right now, how can we have such a good product in the Premier League and this bad officiating? Is there a bias against Liverpool from David Coote? Is there a bias against Chelsea from Michael Oliver? Can fans now trust referees to put their bias aside and officiate and referee a game fairly? Or is this situation destroyed so much? Like, people will come out and say, look, he's only swore at him. He's only called Jurgen Klopp a swear word. Okay. And he's done something in his personal life. It's not that bad. But then on the other side, people will say, well, hang on. They'll you know, when you lift up the, what's the saying? You lift up the carpet, or you look underneath the sofa, and all of a sudden more comes out, or whatever the saying is. We've seen the amount of decisions go against Liverpool, you know, and none of them have really gone their way in terms of the controversial big ones. The one that did go their way, which absolutely frustrates me and irritates me to this day, is that Moussa Sissoko penalty, which I think is absolute, complete and utter BS. But do you guys think now that in terms of officiating Liverpool games, the referees are going to be under the spotlight even more? And I think every single Premier League weekend, or every time there's a big game now, the number one talking point at times, I would say 7 of the 10 games I watch every week, solid 7 or 6 or even 5, there is huge controversy decisions where, you know, of course we don't hear this about from other leagues, you know, unless you're watching La Liga, Serie A and the Bundesliga constantly. But I would say most fans of Liverpool or Man United or Chelsea or Arsenal or City or wherever you support do watch a lot of the Premier League games or watch the highlights on Match of the Day. And how many times are you watching the highlights? And the main talking point, whether it's Ian Wright or Shearer or whoever's up there, is the VAR. And now, how do we improve that? Well, the Premier League have got to employ better officials. They have got to underline the rules more. The offside rule in the Premier League is nothing but a disgrace at times. We have automatic offsides, I think, or the automatic rule from next season. But I just think that the Liverpool situation now, it's unfortunate what's happened with David Coote, that someone's leaked his information. But Liverpool now, you know, whoever comes out and referees the first game after the break, which Liverpool play, they play Southampton, and then they've got Real Madrid, Manchester City, and Newcastle. A referee is now going to be scared to show a bit of backbone now and stick to a decision, or a referee is going to give everything Liverpool's way, or Man United's way, or Chelsea's way. I think it's a really, really interesting topic because, like I said, we've got the best product in the world in terms of the football. Some of the best players in the world. You've got Salah, Van Dijk, Odegaard, Declan Rice, you know, Son, Saka, Saliba, De Bruyne, Foden, the list goes Haaland, the list goes on and on and on, of world-class talent. But our officiating at times is diabolical. And I just think right now, does it make Liverpool games, especially because they're under the spotlight, as well as Arsenal games. You look at Arsenal this season, they've had 3 red cards. Now, the Saliba one for me, 100% is a red card. But in the same weekend, you can't have Tosin Adarabioyo pull down Jota, or a week later, Van de Ven pull down Mateta, and there not be any, repercussions from that. Of course, there's going to be a reaction. You look at the Leandro Trossard kicking the ball away. In the very, very same game, we saw Doku kick the ball away. Now, whether he was passing it back towards where the kick was going to be taken, or João Pedro against Arsenal played Brighton at the Emirates, kicks the ball away. And then in the same instance, you got, Saliba gets sent off for that one, but then Mohamed Salah is brought down by Leon Bailey, and that's not a red card. So the inconsistency in the refereeing is diabolical. Right now, I think it is some of the worst I have ever seen. Genuinely, I think the refereeing in the league right now might be some of the worst I've ever seen. You watch the Champions League, you watch the Europa League, you see how quick everything's done. I just think where we are right now, it's going to be very interesting to see, Liverpool's Man City and Real Madrid games. I think referees are going to be scared to a degree to stick to their guns in a decision, even if it's if it's the right one, by all means, stick to it. If it's the wrong one, I do think there should be repercussions, but I just think even if it's the wrong one, it's going to go for Liverpool. Look at these games. Merseyside derby, big game. Newcastle away, big game. Real Madrid, and then Manchester City. And for a fact, Everton, Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid, and that Newcastle game, all 4 of those are televised. So the world is going to be watching. So, yeah, I think we're in a very, 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 very interesting spot right now. But one thing I will say is this international break has not been boring. We are sitting here right now with so many talking points with regards to the Premier League and this officiating. And I just think it's I can't believe that what David Coote has clearly had an argument or a disagreement with someone, and they have come out and absolutely crucified this guy. They have crucified him. And let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you have subscribed to the channel. We are slowly approaching 31,000. So I will see you all in the next one. Thank you all for watching. I am